Hello and welcome to this episode of our Decan Walk, where Ant and I are walking the zodiac in the 10-day slices of each sign. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, the way this works is that we're two artists that are creating tarot as we walk the zodiac, and each 10-day slice of each sign has a minor arcana card associated with it. So we're sharing our artwork for each minor arcana card as we walk, and we reveal our two very different types of art. Ant does beautiful detailed graphite artwork, and I create colourful wave mandalas that are based on the astrology chart. And the chart I use is the very first step into each decan. So we go through the artwork. Ant starts off with his art, then I will share my art as well as talk about the astrology, the chart that I've used to create my mandalas. Then we talk about the typical associations and meanings of the card, as well as our experience, our lived experience of the decan that's just gone. And last but not least, we each choose a song to represent the card, and we share the song and the reason why we've chosen the song. That's it. That's how we go through each part of our walk. This is my favorite drawing so far. I love it. So I'm really eager to hear what's behind it. So take it away.
Seven of Pentacles for me was it's a card where it's not set in stone as such. There's so many different variations and opinions to the Seven of Pentacles, although the overall energy of it is reaping and harvesting the efforts that you've put into a specific subject, project, relationship, workforce, anything that you've been accumulating and really kind of putting all your energy into and focusing on and wanting a great outcome, but yet it's not there yet. And it can bring on such frustration and misunderstanding of law of attraction, really, on manifesting what it is that you truly seek. I mean, I wanted to portray a question mark in there, because it's about questioning the position that you're in. It could become a point where you're looking around and everything you've done and all the hard work you've put in, and there's nothing there to show for it. But it's not there yet. It's not ready yet, and it's not supposed to be ready yet. The point of this card is showing you that it's nearly there. The harvest that you've been nurturing, and the project that you've been nurturing, the relationship you've been nurturing, whether you've been nurturing yourself or whatever the case, it's almost there. It's almost at fruition. And you could be in a position in your mind where this could all go. It could be gone. Everything you've worked for could be gone if you're in the notion of, sod this, I've done all this work, I can't see anything manifesting, it's pointless, it's tiresome, it's just taking everything from me now because I'm not seeing results. It's an easy thing to go to the negative aspect and think, yeah, it's not here, it's never going to get here. I've worked so long, been put so much time and effort into this project or notion. This card itself, with the question mark and everything else, it's kind of a safeguard. It's not a card of deterrence, moving backwards or being stagnant. It's a card of motion and moving forward with everything that you have, all the skills that you've learned through the process of putting in the work, the actual mental work or physical work to assist in creating your abundance, if you like, that thing that you've been aiming towards. I just wanted to express fruition and harvest and bring beautiful kind of detail to this card because of the beauty of it. It's really hard to explain this one. It's definitely one of those that speaks more for itself than I can speak to it or for it, even though I drew it. It was a lovely flow of energy to draw this. I just let go, and I know I say this every week, Leanne, about favorite cards, but visually, it's my favorite so far, without a doubt. It's just beautiful. Although the question mark is there, questioning yourself in the position that you're in, it's also questioning the possibilities, the infinite kind of places that you can go with what you've achieved. It's just about holding on, hang on in there, because it's coming. You've done the work. Continue to do what you've been doing. Move away from your vision of what you want, because you don't know how it's going to come in and materialize into your world and into your life. It's nearly here. The flowers are nearly fruiting. The everything's in bloom. I love the mandala kind of work in there that doesn't dominate, but it just sits back as a fraction of the piece subtly. And I hope that I've kind of captured the question mark, and it's not that difficult to kind of grasp the visual. But I'm so looking forward to your overlay on this, Leanne, because I just know that it's gonna kick this bad boy off and give it everything that this card needs.
I love that this is also your favorite. I immediately saw the question mark and I thought, oh, I wonder if he's going to explain why this is a question mark. And then the other thing I've noticed, the more I've been looking at it, it looks like it's almost like on a surface. It looks like it's almost hovering over a surface that is like a window on a table that's got blinds that are kind of half open. And the diagonal slants from, top left down to the right. So I found that interesting. It's almost like ripples as well. I was intrigued as to what that very subtle backdrop is.
Right. Glad you asked that. What you've just described isn't pencil work. I didn't draw that in. Oh. What happened was, when I was photographing this piece, the natural light, I was repositioning and trying to get a lovely kind of capture with light. This particular photo that I captured at the time of the lighting was blinds. The lines you see were the reflection of the blinds in the corner of the room, allowing certain, obviously, light to hit. And I loved it.
It works.
I thought, wow, okay, right, not moving. I don't want clear daylight. This is what I want. It finishes the card. I'm so glad I decided to keep that in rather than do it naturally, because it's made the card as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I agree. What a happy accident.
There are no accidents in art.
No, that's right. Yeah. It works so well. Yeah, love it. Okay, well, all right. The reason I've gone straight into this very busy chart is because of the question mark. So let's go back to your question mark. And I can give you a correlation for why there's a question mark. Because in the chart, I've spoken before about quincunx aspects, and sorry, I'll go back here. This is the chart with less than 2 degrees of orb, right? And then this is the chart with less than 1 degree of orb. So these are much tighter. And this view of the chart is easier to show you what I'm talking about. So the darker green line, this one here, so I've got this arrow kind of running parallel, right? This dark green line is a quincunx. And a quincunx, as I've described before, is like a line of questioning, a line of inquiry. And then I've drawn a different green arrow parallel to the lighter green line, which is a quintile. A quintile is a line of creative talent or creative genius. So the quincunx line of inquiry, which is actually from Arachne, and Arachne is creativity, inspiration, and imagination, right? So this query from Arachne to Chiron, the wounded healer, down here, then has a line of creative potential going up to Medusa. It happens, so happens. So this is just one example of the line of inquiry. So there are 7 lines of inquiry in this chart. But so if I go back, you'll see there are more, right? You'll see that there are 7. And they seem to be linking with quintiles. So it's like, for me, this is like the queries are activating creative solutions. That's how I'm kind of interpreting that. So that's my first bit of reflection. Yeah.
There's your synchronicity right there.
Well, yeah, it's not the same kind of sync that we've been having in the other cards, but I guess it is still a sync. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not yeah, it's not visually kind of in your face and there's your synchronicity. You have to look deeper into this one, and you being your detective, your astrological detective.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I drew this card, Leanne, I literally said to myself, I will eat my hat if there's synchronicities with this card. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. But yeah, what do I know? Lovely, the creativity, the questioning, the 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. It's lovely synchronistic.
Okay, so then moving on to the art. So I'm going to explain how it turns out to be this. I'll go into the chart, but yes, this is the LightSong for the 20 degrees Taurus chart for the 7 of Pentacles. And this is where I've drawn the light conversations, and I'm going to explain why I've missed Medusa out. Here it is without the lines of light and the pools of light. This whole journey has meant that each card I'm looking at, what are the 6 points? You know, who are the constituents for the 6 points for each light song, and focusing on the sub-ruler for the card, which is Saturn. For this 3rd decan of Taurus, it's Saturn. And so Saturn is my starting point. Saturn, the teacher. And Saturn and Uranus, who is the co-ruler, so Saturn being the traditional ruler, Uranus the co-ruler of Aquarius. Those were the two planets that were already in a sextile to start my 6 points. And then we've got, so I have, oh, and the last card we had the moon. The moon was with gold, the asteroid gold. Well, Saturn is with the asteroid silver. So we had gold last time, we've got silver this time. And Hygeia is with Uranus. And then looking at the other 6 points, for those watching this who are astrologers, you can look at the detail that I've listed on the right here. So then we go round the chart. We've got Saturn, Uranus, the fire goddess Pele, and she's very much a creative force. And as we've been witnessing, she's very, very active at the moment. There were 50-foot lava fountain from Kilauea, which is Pele. I don't know if you're aware of this, Ant. Okay, so the volcano in Hawaii, the Halemaumau crater, and it is well known and accepted that that particular part of, the volcanic area of Hawaii, that is actually the goddess Pele's territory. So whenever the volcano is active, it's always Pele. Pele is attributed as is speaking or dancing, because she's also the goddess of the hula. And she's been very active. Kilauea has been, I don't know how many weeks it is now, but it's been very active. And within the last week, definitely within this decan, there was activity that has not been seen for quite a while, as in she shot up 50-foot lava fountains.
It's funny you mentioned that, Leanne, because last year I was listening to somebody on YouTube, and she mentioned this. She's a channeler, and she was channeling certain things. And she mentioned that next year, i.e. this year, that this particular volcano will erupt. I thought, ooh, and didn't put much thought to it from that until you mentioned it now. And literally, you just said, I don't know if you know anything about this. I didn't know that it had actually started and began its process, but I was aware a year ago that this was coming up into play. Yeah, very interesting. Lovely. I'll look more into that.
Pele is personally a very significant asteroid for me and a very significant influence. She is between my sun and my ascendant. She's at 11 degrees 29 in my birth chart. My sun is 10 degrees 41 and my ascendant is 13 degrees 43. It's very tight. She's nestled between my core identity and how I am seen in the world.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's quite a personal goddess influence for me. Oh, I forgot to mention that Uranus and Hygeia are also with Algol in the sky. Algol is Medusa. So we have Algol and Medusa opposite each other. So the asteroid Medusa and the fixed star Algol, they're opposite each other. Okay, Pele, then we have Arachne, who I spoke about already, then Medusa, then Eos, and back to Saturn. It is a step of manifestation of the energies, creating a light song and then putting it into the card. I didn't want to include Medusa. When you look at what she represents, cycles of destruction and rebirth, as well as the shadow aspects of ourselves that we must face in order to heal and grow. Whilst I'm not averse to that, and I'm not a person that is full of toxic positivity, I am a person that would prefer to promote the healing energies and the supportive energies rather than the challenging energies, especially for this work. I'm very conscious of not trying to illuminate the energy, the challenging energy. She's already represented here with Algol. So what we have here is this pattern without the red bit in it. This pattern is called a cradle, like a baby's cradle. And when I look at it, because I wanted to have this line of red energy from Arachne to Saturn and Silver, because I see that as a positive activation and pouring in the positive energies of Arachne, creativity, inspiration, and imagination, and bringing it into reality, because Saturn is like, that's where reality bites, that's where things become manifest. That's what Saturn represents. So when I looked at this, I said, oh, okay, I know it's a cradle in aspect astrology, but this for me, it's making me think of a plant pot that's got a tree in it that has, that has not got its full bloom yet. So it's almost like this active, this sticking out of the plant pot is the main trunk of the tree that is going to have all of the growth coming out of it. So that's what I see and sense from this, with all of the influences that are depicted with the lines of light conversation going on.
Nothing to add there, only that I see a Tesco shopping basket.
Oh my God, yes.
But no. But yeah, no, I love the concept of the plant pot and the growth coming off.
The other thing that lent to that is the volcanic activity going on with Pele. When a volcano erupts, that is like the most verdant soil. What comes from that is the most verdant growth you've ever
absolutely
seen. Yeah.
We look at volcanoes as destructive when it's quite the opposite.
Yeah, it's birthing new land.
Fertilization is,
it's almost like, because we've got the two rulers of Aquarius, it's like birth of Aquarius. I feel like we are really into the beginnings of the age of Aquarius, and all these different layers keep all
compiling.
Yeah. Here we are.
Oh, look at her. Ah, it's beautiful. I love it.
I love it too. I really do. And what I love is, because I have, let's go back. I love the fact that it allows the graphite rendering to come through. Man, I love this card.
I was worried whether it would fit, but it does. It just works so bloody nice. Oh, I love this card. Yeah, very happy with that one, Leanne, and me.
We have reached that point where we talk about this Decan. We're probably not going to be as joyful talking about this Decan as we were talking about the card.
Energy dump.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go through the traditional meanings. So the Rider-Waite-Smith meaning is here, and the title of this card is Lord of Material Success Unfulfilled. Yeah. And this is verbatim what is written for the Rider-Waite-Smith. And that I was actually just sharing with Ant before we started recording that we have a very troublesome aspect in the transit, or we've got a troublesome transit at the moment, or can be troublesome, with challenging energy between Mercury and Mars. And I've certainly experienced it, and we'll see if Ant has as well. But just while we're here, these are the dates, or the roundabout dates. It's not strictly these dates. It really depends on where you are in the world. But around about the 11th of May to the 20th of May, this is the third decan of Taurus. And as with the other signs, this means that this is the Capricorn-Taurus. So whoever is born in this part, or has their sun in the third decan of Taurus, you'll have a very Capricorn flavour to your Taurian nature. Then we have the Druid Craft, which is the deck that I use. And I've picked out a few things, and it's funny because Ant has actually picked the reverse up, putting a lot of work in, and you can't see anything in return for it yet, and that's interesting. If the harvest isn't yet ready, the card counsels patience. It's like, okay, I'm done with being patient.
If I wanted patience, I'd have been a doctor.
Yeah. Okay. You've had time to read those, and now we're going to bearing fruit, harvesting, and clearing. Interesting. Okay. How did you experience this decan, my friend?
Well, what it says on the tin, really, Leanne. I've put so much energy into certain projects that I'm involved in. Blood, sweat, and tears, heart and soul. And there's much of that I'm aware that can't come into fruition at this time. But there's a lot that can. And that it's so frustrating sitting when you believe you need that abundance and it's not there, and you're sitting and you're looking at everything and you're thinking about everything that you've put into something, and again it's questioning about, have I wasted my time? What am I doing? Why do I have to wait this long? And that's a negative connotation to it, obviously, and the positive is, well, I know that I'm working this for a specific reason. I know that it will come when it's supposed to come. And as you spoke of a few moments ago about patience, and it is patience, and it's one of those, like I was trying to explain earlier, it's one of those situations where you can either make or break at this point, because you can look at everything you've done and thought, well, that was a bloody waste of time. why did I do that? I have nothing to show for it. I've learned nothing from it. Where you have learned so much. But yeah, it's definitely a time for me of perceiving everything that's gone into everything that I do and have done concerning various projects. It's time for fruition, but I wait patiently. I think that's why I love this card so much as well, Leanne, when I was drawing it in particular, and the end result is that it's so much easier when you're literally sat in the energy of the card that you're portraying. And that's what I love about this project that we're doing, Leanne, is that it's so unique. The learning process, you know, we spoke about creating a deck together, and that was all lovely, and everything else, you know, we were like many other people in this world creating tarot decks. However, when you brought into play the Decans, that really fired me up. That really got me going in moving this into a deck that's never been done before. And I'm that's not to say that no one's ever done a deck connected with Decans. I'm not sure. I don't know, but from my awareness, no one's ever created a deck and gone through the motion of every card in the moment in the deck and felt it, lived it, got through it, come out the other side, healed the aspects that the energy you're in the moment. We're blessed. We are blessed on this one, and it's just yeah. Seven of Pentacles was very much prominent in my life during this period. And like everything else, I see it, I observe, I understand, and I ride through it, and we get there.
As you probably picked up, I'm remaining in faith, but really I'm ready. I'm ready for the rewards to turn up. And I just wanted to share this. I have another tarot deck that is, all it is affirmations. And the affirmation for the Seven of Pentacles is this is the one for Seven of Pentacles. I am willing to wait patiently for my reward. No, I'm not. I'm ready now.
I've been waiting patiently for the last.
I have, yes, same. So yeah, I feel you. I hear you.
It's a very frustrating energy. It's frustrating energy, definitely, to say the least.
Yeah, it's like, so there are a few things that go through my awareness and what's under consideration, and that is, you know, am I supposed to be doing something else? And
The
then
question.
yes. Oh, maybe the Seven Pentacles and the question mark, maybe that's, how have you heard of that process where you keep asking why? So if you have a question, let's say, why is this not working, or why is this appearing to not work, right? And then you wait for an answer to drop in, and then you keep asking why, and answers dropping in. Maybe we're supposed to go into that process and ask it 7 times and see where we get to.
Why?
Yeah.
The question mark itself literally can be so subtly transformed or moved or shifted to resemble a number 7 itself.
That did occur to me as well. Yeah. Which song did you choose for the Seven of Pentacles, and why?
Like last week, it wasn't a song that came straight to me. I sit with it for as long as I can, as long as I need, and let the song come in its own time, rather than forcing something to fit. This card to me is about all the dreams that you know, all your hard work and everything that you put into whatever you're doing, be it a project, relationship, career, or anything, you have to be a dreamer to some sort to you know, that initial thought of what you want. When you know what you want, you fight and you work for it. The song I've chosen this week is A Million Dreams from the Greatest Showman, the musical. And there's no specific chorus, no specific verse that denotes why I'm using this song for this particular card. Only the message within the song itself kind of delivers everything that I see this card to be. So I'm just going to give a little bar. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. And it's a story, it's a song about a story of a couple, actually, a love story of where they want to take their relationship, where they want to take their life, and how they want to be together, because they're living in a world full of diversity. What's the word I'm looking for? Not living in a world full of diversity, but the relationship itself is diverse. She's a girl of color, he's a man of color too, but he's specifically American or British, I can't remember, but she's African American. And it's the fight for the love that they both feel for each other. They know that it's not going to be easy. They know that they have to turn their backs on people who disagree or aren't in alignment with what they want. And it's just a strong song. And it's a song that I used to sing with my boys constantly for a long time. And it means so much to me, this song. And again, it's I say it every week, but it's sung to me. It's a song that fits that card for me. So that's why I chose A Million Dreams, because we can have a million dreams, but do we really want them? Do we work for them? Do we fight for them? Do we persist? Are we patient? You have to be. And A Million Dreams is one of those songs that really ignites you, sticks a firework up your ass and holds you in position and keeps you going forward. Such a powerful song. So I'm glad it's attached to this card.
Thank you for sharing that, by the way. I may go back and watch The Greatest Showman. It's that one with Hugh Jackman, right, as the main character?
Yeah.
I have chosen, I'm going to share screen and share the verse, and then I'm going to share with you what I discovered as a result of looking for a video of this song. So, Fly Like an Eagle by the Steve Miller Band. I've always loved this song. At the beginning, it goes tick tock, tick, do, 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 do. This waiting game, it really speaks to that for me. And this time keeps on slipping into the future. I want to fly like an eagle to the sea, fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. I want to fly like an eagle till I'm free. O Lord, through the revolution. When I am contemplating this verse, the revolution that I have in my mind is the revolution of the earth and the sun. We are revolving around the sun. And the Decan Walk is all about that revolution. This is basically how I feel with this keeping the faith. I do. I want to fly like an eagle, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it to soon come, as they say. So anyway, I went to look for the video for the song, and there wasn't any video. It just had like a still image. And I thought, oh no, I really want to find a video. And you know how you go down little rabbit holes as you go and search online? And I found this project called Playing for Change. This is a version of the song that is all these artists around the world. And the ethos of the project is all these artists doing a rendition of a song from different parts of the world as a way for music to connect us to each other, which I thought was fantastic. So now we're actually going to play the Playing for Change version of Fly Like an Eagle, and Steve Miller is one of the people in it.
Enough to eat.
Shoe the children
with no shoes on their feet.
House people
living in the streets.
Oh Lord, there's a solution.
I wanna fly
like an eagle
to the sea.
Fly like an eagle.
Let my spirit carry me. I want to
fly like an eagle.
Send a message to every boy and girl. I want to send a message about the world. Got to build it up, stop tearing it down. We got to build it up, make the world turn around. on slipping, slipping into the future.
Such diversity and array of instruments.
I already loved the song, but now with that, you know, that discovery, I'm like, oh, what a gem.
Beautiful song.
Isn't it?
Great music. It's a brilliant project.
Yeah, yeah. I would encourage you to go and anyone watching this, go delve into it further, because like it's so rich, because you can become a member to support the project. And it's, you know, very reasonably priced. Tick tock tick, you know, time keeps on slipping into the future. That's how I'm feeling. Like, yes, I'm ready to slip into that future that I'm busy building. And Steve Miller is, because I've looked at his chart, which I'm going to share in a minute. So he is 81. Yes, he's 81. Isn't he in incredible shape and voice?
Mad. Was that the guy with the grey hair on the bench?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I thought he was the dude.
Yeah.
He won.
Yeah. And he's still able to, you know, do all the guitar. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. And on top of that, I saw him, Steve Miller Band, perform at the Jules Holland, you know, later with Jules Holland.
Yeah.
So I went as an audience member, and the night that I went was a night that Steve Miller Band was there.
Wow.
And in addition to that, when I went looking for the date of when that show was, it was on his 67th birthday that I went. It was in 2010. And now I'm remembering that they actually did. They made a big deal of it being his birthday, and I'm pretty sure they brought out a cake as well. You know, it's not all one take. You've got all these breaks and stuff that go on, right, when they make those shows. So yeah, I've actually seen him perform the song with the band live.
So it has a personal connotation to you, then it's relatable, isn't it?
Yes. But you know, I've always loved the song, and I could even show you the CD that I have, you know, Steve Miller Band Greatest Hits. Showing my age now, aren't I?
Cassette tapes we're after, not CDs. We need cassette tape.
I'll see what I can do. I'm glad you like the song. I mean, I loved the song. I loved it. Yeah. I'm glad you loved it.
Never heard it before.
You've never heard Fly Like an Eagle before?
No.
What? And what?
I know.
Oh my God. Okay, you need to go listen to the original as well as the one that I just shared with you. Because it's like the original, you can hear that it's the 70s. The production on it, you know, is the 70s. But yeah, the way they go, tick, tock, tick, do, 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 do. Yeah. That's how it goes in the original. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. Okay. Well,
listen.
I'm glad that I'm exposing you to some different songs, as you are me, because I didn't recall the Greatest Showman. What was it? Dreams? A Million Dreams? Yeah. I went to look at Steve Miller's chart. And this is his chart. And it's very unusual. An astrological chart, this is the horizon line running through the middle here. Okay. So in an astrological chart, it moves this way. The sun goes from left to right. So this is the rising, and then this is the setting, and then the bottom of the chart is like nighttime, right? So this is not visible, and this is visible. So effectively, everything apart from the moon is visible in his chart. Everything is above ground. And it's really great that, you know, the moon is actually in her realm. She's in the night, and everything else is in visible above ground in the day. Fly Like an Eagle is probably one of the most well-known songs of the Steve Miller Band. When I look at this is what I see. The pattern of his chart, to me, looks like an eagle in flight.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think it's quite appropriate that, you know, it's flying towards Mars, Saturn, Uranus. You know, Mars is like, you know, motivation and impetus. And then you've got the spark of Uranus, and then the reality and the real world of Saturn. Yeah. So then I looked, okay, how does this look on our cards chart? So the bird is actually, you know, kind of flying downward. And I didn't get any further than this with my contemplation of what might be the parallels. The eagle is right at the base. It's like plunged into the cradle, you could say, plunged into the plant pot.
Ready to grow an eagle tree.
That's all I have with looking at, you know, the artist chart and looking at our cards chart. There wasn't any, you know, obvious correlation that really jumped out at me. The main thing that jumped out at me is that, oh my God, this looks like an eagle. Because I'm so used to looking at aspect patterns, you know, and that is so clearly looks like a flying eagle to me, with this very unusual, you know, just one anchor, and then everything else is up above. Yeah. And everything is all joined up as well, because not everyone's charts are neatly joined up like that either. That's it for this Decan's episode. I hope you enjoyed that and love the card as much as we do. And also the songs. And I meant to say, as part of the playlist for this project, I'm adding in there not just these videos, but also the song videos. So you can always go to the playlist and find the songs that we're choosing each week as well. Okay. So that's it from me. See you next time. And also remember, we have artwork. The actual artwork, if you loved it as much as we do, and maybe even want it for your wall, it is produced as a piece of art, so you can do exactly that. The links and information I will share in here, and I'll probably put something on the screen afterwards so you can get to it easily and see an example of what it looks like. Okay, that's it for now.
Thank you very much.
Okay. From my heart's light to yours. Bye for now.